Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about the Productivity 1000 Series PLC AdvancedHMI Modbus TCP Ethernet communication. And detailed information contained in the video can be found at accautomation.ca. A link has been provided in the description below. If you have not watched the other videos yet, there will be links in the description below that will start you at video number 1. There will be links to the rest of the videos in the series as well. So up on my screen here you can see my basic layout. We have our Productivity 1000 series. We're using our Ethernet port to go into our router, and the other side of our router will be to our computer to actually program as well as run advanced HMI to communicate and grab the information out of the PLC. And AdvancedHMI is actually a powerful adaptable HMI and SCADA. That's a supervisory control and data acquisition development package that takes advantage of the Visual Studio. And there is no coding required, and you can simply drag and drop items onto the page. Now the best thing is that the software is free, and we're going to be taking a look at this AdvancedHMI with the Productivity 1000 Series PLC. So the first thing we have to do is actually determine how information is going to be shared amongst the PLC with the computer, and the Modbus addresses that we'll be using. So up here on my screen you'll see that we have our register and coil numbers. We have 1 and 2. We've labeled this in the Productivity Modbus Contact 1 and Modbus Contact 2, MC1, MC2, and you can see that's up on my screen here on my Productivity 1000 series software, or the Productivity software. There's MC1. It goes normally open to normally closed MC2, which then activates the output, and that output turns on and seals on the switch. So there's my start, and my stop in a simple circuit. So that's MC1 and MC2, and then we have 10001, which is my output 1. So I take this output 1 here, and I use that as a Modbus address to determine the status of that output. And then I have 40001, or 40,001, which is my MHR. So this is the Modbus holding register 1, and this is pre-described in the Modbus certifications. Now that is actually going to, once this I have a start signal, you'll see that my every time my timer expires or is on, once my output's on, it increments a register, and this is the MHR1 register. And then when it's greater than 1001, it resets it back to 0 in the MHR1. So that is our program. So the first thing we'll do is actually take a look at our tag database, and here it is right here, and you can see my integers are on here right now. So there's MHR1, and there's my start Modbus location, my end. So it's 44,001 that we're actually using to write back and forth. Then if we look at our booleans, there's MC2 and MC1, and the corresponding address, starting Modbus address and ending Modbus address. And then we can also look at our discrete outputs, and you will see right here, so there's my output 1, which is 010001 as my starting and ending Modbus address. So I have everything pre-programmed here. So we'll just close that down, and we'll just look at our hardware configuration. And under the hardware configuration, click on our CPU, and that gets us to our P1-540 CPU module, and we'll go to our Ethernet port, and under that we look at our Modbus, or our TCP IP settings, and we have the following. We have an IP address of 192.168.116. Now that will be important when we go to our AdvancedHMI software to make sure that's set correctly. We also have our mask, which is 255.255.255.0, and our default gateway. This gets us out to the internet. Now the next important thing we look at is the Modbus TCP port, and this port is defaulted to 502, which is the default port for Modbus TCP. So we'll just hit OK. So that is our settings all complete, and there's our program. So as we start stop, we have a simple timer that times up in 100 millisecond increments. Again, it will just increment this by 1 every time 100 milliseconds. So it's just a simple timer. It counts up until we get to 1000 or greater than, or you go to 1001, then it resets it back to 0 again. Okay. So the next thing to do is to we go onto the web, and we can actually download our Visual Studio 2017, and there's a community which is a free download, and we can install that. And then on top of that, we can then go over to AdvancedHMI and download the AdvancedHMI. Now, I've done that and set that up, and there's links in the documentation that shows you how to install this software. So this is my Visual Studio, and this is the AdvancedHMI project that we currently have. So the first thing is our start button, or actually if you see the Modbus TCP COM port right here, we'll look at this and look at the IP address, which is 192.168.116, which is the exact same as what we set previously in our Productivity Suite software. Then we have our polling rate, 100. So every 100 milliseconds it'll grab the information. And then we have our TCP IP port, which is 502, which is the same as what we set again in our Productivity 1000. So once we have that, we can then look at each one of our devices here. We'll take a look at our panel meter. In our panel meter, we'll scroll down here, and we'll see that the Modbus address is the same one that we relate to MHR0 or MHR1, which is 44,001. Then we go to our gauge, and on our gauge, if we look down, you will see again our address, our Modbus address value, where it's getting it from, is 44,001 or 440,001. Then if we look at our start signal, our momentary button 1, we have the PLC address of 0001, and then our stop momentary button number 2, we have 0002, and then we have an indication light going down there, and it's 10001. So that's going to turn from red to green and back again. So if we actually, it looks like we're already here. So what we can do is we can start this project, and there's my project now started. And what we can also do at the same time is let's look at our actual hardware that we have. So here's my Productivity 1000. Here's my Ethernet port that's connected, and we're in run mode. So let's first of all, what we'll do is we will start with start switch. Turn that on, and it starts going. You'll see my output is on as well, and it will be on until I hit the stop, which is the second switch. Next, what we'll do is we will actually do that from the actual AdvancedHMI. We'll start, and then we will stop. So again, as we start and it starts to going, you'll also see that my green light is on. You will see that my gauge is now increasing. And what this will do is increase all the way up to 1001, and which it will then 0 and go back again to 0 again, and we'll start that all over again. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below. And if you have any questions about the video, please leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to answer it. If you want more information about us, or you want to get our free ebooks on numbering systems or robust data logging, please log on and click on the link below in the description to get it. And now a new video is put out every Monday, so be sure to hit the subscribe button so you get more videos like this in the future. Now remember to click the bell beside your subscription in order to get that notification. And what we'll do is just watch this go right up to 1000. And then what we'll do is you'll see it will rack to 0 again. Again, at any time I can hit stop and then resume again. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.